We're exploring the World Islands because we're trying to track down Audrey, who is the Abyssal cult leader. She's trying to catch Lugia to help with her plans in flooding the region. There's a lot of Abyssal cult grunts here as well. She explains to us that she's been expecting us, and she also explains to us that Lugia has not been seen since the days of Gold, which is a funny reference to the Pokemon games Pokemon Gold and Silver. Any main character, which is canonically also known as Gold. She starts to summon Lugia with this weird animation thing, and as a result, Lugia appears from the waterfalls and descends down into Audrey's grasp. And as every leader does, she asks the legendary to join her, and her leadership and the Pokemon's power will lead to great leadership, which is every cult leader in this game so far. We're also Belle. She kind of puts us in a tough spot because if we don't beat her, we lose everything, but if we do beat her, she loses nothing, which is a bit sad, to be honest. She sends out a lantern, which she switches into Ludicolo when she sees her Snorlax. We switch into Delta Charizard, Mega Evolve it, and take down the Ludicolo. Send out Snorlax again to deal with the Swampert, and Swampert goes down pretty easily. We send out Delta Gardevoir to deal with the Lugia itself, and a couple Thunderbolts later it goes down. Bring back in Mega Charizard, Delta Charizard to take down the Kingdra with a Dragon Pulse, and bring back Delta Gardevoir to deal with the Crawdon. But this isn't just any ordinary Crawdon. This is a Mega Crawdon. Okay, Audrey has a Mega Crawdon, which we take down with a couple Thunderbolts. A bit lackluster, but oh well. The Lantern returns, and she can't escape the Delta Snorlax, and it goes down. And Audrey is defeated. She seems impressed that we took down not only Lugia, but also her Mega Crawdon. So, pretty cool that I guess we get acknowledged by her. And then she explains that it's time to move on to the next phase of the Abyssal Cult plan and leaves the cave. We also further our own journeys. We poke through the Snorlax and exit to Route 9. But there's a cutscene with Olga Jan and Persephone. Basically what happens is Jan actually hired Persephone to take us out. We needed to be killed and erased off our memories. But Persephone couldn't do that because, as you know, we escaped. And Jan is really pissed out about that because she didn't hold her part of the deal. His part of the deal was to let the Darkrai cult exist with the Sky cult, and in return Persephone was supposed to kill our player character, but they soon deduced that Mew is the one that saved us, and Jan is pretty pissed that Mew finally shows itself. Jan also tells Persephone that if she doesn't hold her part of the deal, he will bring wrath upon the Shade Forest base the Darkrai cultists use. Jan also believes there's a bigger conspiracy regarding the crystals and the first augur, so he goes to investigate it. He refers to himself as a chaotic good character, but Persephone believes he's closer to lawful good, and she kind of just phases out. She just teleports out, which I find really unnerving. We make our way to Sonata City, straight into the Sonata Gym, where we confront Harmony, who we met in Suntouch City when we battled Orion for the first gym badge, and now we are here for our fourth gym badge. We initiate battle. She sends out a Chinchino, which we take down with our Delta Snorlax. Flinley comes out, the Delta Haxorus, to take down not only the Togekiss, the Azumarill as well. She also sends out her Sylveon, and obviously Delta Haxorus also deals with it. Our Delta Haxorus is really good for this team. She sends out Miltank, and it turns out to be a Mega Miltank, which is actually pretty cool. It manages to take down our Delta Haxorus, but Delta Snorlax comes in for the revenge kill to take it down. We switch out to Delta Charizard, Mega Evolve it to take down the Gardevoir, and we defeat Harmony. Therefore, the Paragon badge. We also get given the Dazzling Gleam TM, which is good coverage for our team. Our Delta Chandelier already knows Dazzling Gleam, so it's not as useful as because we already have it technically. So I guess that's that, but she wants us to head to Kepler City, but before we do that, Nora comes and she announces herself as a challenger, but she also states that the hospital north of the city has lost power. Harmony is really shocked about it because the hospital system are well protected, and she realizes that it is probably sabotaged and calls for our help and Nora's help to check out what's going on at the hospital. We visit the hospital, and it turns out it's Ryukra, the leader of the Perfection Cult, trying to do an experiment on her father. Ryukra explains that the deoxys incident, where Rayquaza took down deoxys above Moss Deep City, resulted in the Moss Deep City residents to report strange fevers. They were left unharmed, but their DNA were left slightly mutated. So what happens is he wants to test this theory on Malde, who is a Moss Deep City resident in the past, and inject him with Pokerus. Harmony thinks that Pokerus isn't really gonna affect her father because it's just Pokerus. It's meant to help the patient. Malde immediately awakes and immediately mutates into a deoxys form. Basically, Harmony freaks out, and Ryukura tries to calm down Harmony. He looks like Deoxys, and Pokerus basically extended the power that he got because it helps rather than deteriorate one's health. So Damian comes in, he makes noise, and Malde kidnaps him. Ryukura calls him an idiot because the whole purpose is to not make any noise. So Damian got kidnapped, and Ryukura says that he's done nothing wrong because his father is healthy as he has ever been, so he just kind of leaves us hanging. Harmony has a moment to think that after all Professor Sylvan and herself has done for him, this is how he repays her. So she goes to Nora and requests for help to find Malde, but also requests us to go to Kepler City to warn the next gym leader that Ryukura might come to visit her and she might be in danger.